What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today what I want to take a look at is DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve is a free video editing software, and it's also got a lot of features packed into it. So let's take a look. We'll jump in and we'll have a little look at it. Roll that intro. I've always wanted to say that. Let's go. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to show you on the screen capture. So we're going to swap over to that and we'll have a look at DaVinci Resolve. So we'll quickly jump over to the screen capture now. So now on the screen capture, what we're going to do is we're going to load up DaVinci Resolve. And it's this little sign here. It says Resolve it by Blackmagic Designs, I think it is. It's free to download on Windows, Mac, you name it, it's free to download. So we're just going to open that up. This is what you'll see. As you can see, I'm running on DaVinci Resolve 15. Takes a minute or so to load up. But there's been actual movies made with this video editing software. Actual movies. Can you believe that? I've always wanted multi-cameras, so I can. But yeah, that's loading up there. So what we're going to do is, as you can see, these are different projects that I've already done, intros, vlogs, things like that. So we're just going to do a new project. Create. We're not going to title it anything because we're just going to show you what it looks like. If you've never used a video editing software before, it might look a little bit overwhelming. What we want to do is just drag that down a bit, make that a bit bigger. So what you get is you get this. It looks a little bit overwhelming at first, but don't worry, it's very simple. Once you get used to it, a little bit of practice, very straightforward. So up at the top, you've got your media pool. Now, if you press that, obviously it hides the media pool. If you want it on, you open that. You've got your effects library along the top. So again, press it, it hides it. Open it up, and you've got your video transitions, and it gives you all your different transitions here. Pretty cool, eh? Pretty cool. So you've got all your different video transitions. You've got audio transitions, so you can cross it in, fade it. Titles is your text, so if you want to put text on your videos over the top. Pretty self-explanatory. And then obviously if you want to add them as your favorites, you just press the little star next to it and it'll all be saved in your favorites. So what we're going to do is add some media. So obviously you need to import something to start a project. So what we're going to do is just right click. There's two ways you can do it. You can right click and import media. Now if you do have quite a few things that you're going to be dragging in and transferring across, what you could do is create different bins. Now bins is going to let you add music if you've got different music tracks you want to bring over. So you can have multiple audio, you can have still images, and then videos if you want. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to import, add bin, and just title the bin whatever you want. So we just do test. There we go, and then that comes up there. If you wanted to add another bin, and just right click and that'll tell you new bin, or I'll give you the shortcut as well for it. But we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is just import media. So like I say, this is just a quick test, and we're just going to go on desktop. Actually, we know what, we'll go on the camera because I know I've got some videos here. Just double click on it and I'll see the settings. So if you've recorded in 1080p 30 frames per second or 1080p 60 frames per second, it's going to detect that the settings on DaVinci is different. So you can either keep it the way it is or just press change. keep it the way it is or just press change. And that camera has died. Excellent. So we're on you. And then as you can see, if you just double click on it, it brings it into the preview. And if you just play it, so if you play it, it gives you obviously what that file is, whatever it is. It brings it through. So all you do is create your in point and then your out point. So if you want it to start at the very beginning, what you can do is set the in point. So to set the in point, all you're going to do is hit I on the keyboard, and you'll notice you've got this little circle dot. Now you can drag that anywhere you want, but if you want to start at the beginning, hit it there, and then just say, for example, we'll want it to stop here. Just for example, all you're going to do is hit O. So I for in, O for out. Now once you've got your in and your out point set, you can get this bit here. Now you can click on this bit and drag it down if you just want the audio, or if you just want the video without any audio, if you want to do a voiceover or something like that, you grab that bit. If you want the video and the audio, just click in the middle, drag and drop. And you'll see it's quite small. Now you do have this sliding bar here, so you can slide that along to make it bigger, and then you can just drag that to the start. And then obviously once you've dragged your media down to the bottom, you're going to get your timeline. So it is going to create a timeline. So in this one, you've got your data, your files that you've imported, where you can scrub through, find where you want, set the in and out points, drag them down, and then this window on your right is the timeline preview. So if you play what you've got at the bottom, so even if we drag that all the way to the end with the scary face, if you press on play here, it's gonna play what you've dragged down at the timeline, and you'll see that that then scrolls along. Now if you want to add some more media, just right click, import media, and we'll put a picture on, just this one for example. And if it's just a picture, so we know it's not, we don't need to play through, it's just a still image. There you go. Now you don't want it to jump straight across. Now it's a bit of a jump from video to the image. So what you can do is go to your effects, if you've still got it open, go to video transitions, cross dissolve, click on it and drag, and you'll see this little box, the little white box pop up. So if you put it just before the end, if I make that a bit bigger, a bit easier to see, you can see we've got the cross dissolve here. You can make that longer, shorter, and what that's going to do is just blend into the still image. Now when you're playing back, it might be a little bit slow, especially if you're using a laptop like I am. All my videos are edited on a laptop, which isn't the best, but it gets the job done. So when you play it back, it might not always look great. However, once the video has rendered, it'll look spot on. So what you can do is just scrub through it, press the directional arrows, scrub through it, and you'll see how that fades into that image. Again, like I say, when you're playing it back, it can be a little bit jumpy, so you can just use the left and right arrows to scrub through, and you'll see how it fades and it dissolves into that still image. So that's what on the image here. Now if we want to put some text on here, all you do is, obviously I've got it in my favorites, but you would just go on titles in the effects library, go into titles and then text. Obviously I've got it stored as my favorites, so it shows up in my favorites. Again, just click and drag. Now you can put it on if you wanted it to be the main picture. If you wanted to appear as part of the image or part of the video, put it above, and then again you can shrink that down. If you click on it, you get these little handles. You can shorten it, you can make it bigger. So if you want it to last the full length of the image, make it the same size. If you just want it to pop on for a little bit, just make it a little bit shorter. Now if you double click on here, you'll get this box, the inspector box, come up. Now this part here, all you want to do is type in whatever text you want it to be. So if we just put in field, now on this bit, when it shows up, you can move it about. It's a little bit slow because obviously I'm running OBS with the screen capture and trying to do this at the same time on a little laptop, so it is a little bit jittery, but you get the idea. You can put it anywhere you want. You can change the size. Obviously you've got your font, so whatever font you want to have it as. You've got the color, if you want to change the color, so red, okay. If you want it to be green to blend in with the background, you can change the size. Now down here, obviously you can have it in the center, you can have it all caps, or if you want it all lowercase or mixed, different things like that. Now down the bottom here, you've got your keyframes. So if I set it here, add a keyframe. And if I move this back, set it there, scrub along a bit, move it, add another keyframe, and then if we want it down here, so it's adding different keyframes for you. So if we scrub through, it should, if it's worked, see how it's moving. So it sets the keyframes for you and then it disappears. Now again, there's loads of different things you can do on here. So obviously at the minute we're on the bottom bar. This is the media pool. So if we're going to this one, I don't use this one at all. The ones I normally use is the media pool one. You've got this one here where you can do your color grading, your corrections, your different things. You've got your audio where you can change the audio. However, you don't always have to come into this one, because when you're on your media pool, if you click on mixer, it brings up the volume. So just say, for example, this is the volume with the video. If you wanted to bring in a song, for example, if we go into music and just choose one of them, bring that in. Again, you can drag it, put it on a separate timeline, so underneath, and then you can change. You've got audio track 1, audio track 2, so the music's on audio track 2, so we can bring that to start at the end. You can move it so it doesn't start until later on. We'll get rid of that mixer for the time being. So if I wanted to start the music as I finish talking, you would line it up. Obviously I'll stop talking here, and then the music would start as the pictures came through, or if you had B-roll, different things like that. Now again, obviously because the song's going to be a lot longer, if you just wanted a certain section of it, use this little razor tool here and just go to wherever you want, slice it with the razor tool, go back to the pointer, press on this bit and just backspace to delete. Now if you do make mistakes, don't worry. Obviously you can do Control and Z to undo and it brings it back. We'll just get rid of that. And if we put the volume on, we'll just play that through. Now you can probably hear the laptop in the background going crackers, because again I am using the screen capture. But you get the idea. I stop talking, the music starts, etc, etc. And basically all you do is, if you got more than one video, if you go back up to here, double click on this to put it back in here, get the next part of the video, set your in point in there, and we'll go out there, drag and drop and put it on the same video and audio as the first part, because you've got your mixer up here. So remember, you've got your audio one, which is here, which is the vlog bit. You've then got audio 2, which is the music. So if you open up the mixer, you can reduce the audio for 2, which is the music, and have the vlog full volume. Or if you want to reduce it and you think it's a little bit too loud, just drop it down there. Again, you can just mess about with this until however you want it. And then once you've finished doing all your, putting your timeline together and you're ready to export the project, the video, whatever, go down to the little launch pad here, deliver, click on that one, and it brings up this page. So you can do custom, where you name it, you'll save it to the location where you want it. You choose the settings you want. If it's going to be YouTube, which is what I do, just click on YouTube, a little hour. You can either do 720, 1080p, 2160p. To be honest, you don't really need that one. 1080 or 720 would be absolutely fine. I used to do 720 all the time, but I've started doing 1080. Just bear in mind, obviously, the bigger the file is, the longer it'll take to render, depending on what sort of laptop or computer you're using. Could take a while, that's all. Normally for myself, if I do it at 1080p and it's the video's around about 10 to 12 minutes, you're probably looking at about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how your connection is, things like that. Sometimes it can be half an hour to do a video. 720 obviously would be quicker. It all depends on what sort of settings you want. But that's just a quick look at DaVinci Resolve, which is what I believe is one of the best free video editing softwares out there. Now obviously I've done a video the other day about Adobe Premiere. Now myself, I've never used Adobe Premiere before. I use DaVinci Resolve all the time. I know what I'm doing with DaVinci. It's very straightforward. It's very easy to pick up and learn. And hopefully this video can help a lot of people out there. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you did enjoy the video. Hopefully it has helped or can help some people out there. So if it did, drop a thumbs up, hit that like button and subscribe. Feel free to just press that little button. Until the next time, I'll see you again. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.